Morning, all. All right, so we've got one game tonight in the National Hockey League as the conference finals get started. And the Edmonton Oilers, the Colorado Avalanche. I'm wearing the Colorado Reverse Retro from last season. And I do expect Colorado will win this series. But I'm going to say this. I do think the Oilers are going to make this a series. I think that a lot of the comments I'm seeing right now about Colorado destroying Edmonton remind me of the same thing that was being said about Vegas against Montreal. And until the series starts, we really don't know. Sometimes we get a sweep where we don't expect one, and sometimes we get a best of seven that goes right to seven, and the underdog wins. So the Oilers are going to be trying at 8 o'clock Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific to start this storyline of their own that, hey, we're in this and we're going to win more games than people expect. And if they can win 4 games out of 7, they're in the Stanley Cup final. During the regular season, these teams met 3 times, and Colorado won 2 out of 3, but none of them were easy matchups. It's a 3-2 overtime win for the Avs on March 21st. April 9th was a 2-1 shootout victory for the Avs. And then on April 22nd, and I will acknowledge here, this is where the Avs weren't, the effort wasn't quite the same down the stretch. They lost 6-3 against Edmonton. Full credit to Edmonton for the victory, as I believe I said at the time, but yeah, the Avs didn't quite look like the Avs at that point. So what that tells me is these teams are close, and I expect a close series. Really, it's going to be about whether or not the Oilers can get McDavid and Draisaitl both going in this series. And to me, that involves having them on separate lines. They play together on the power play, sure, but have them on separate lines, have Nugent Hopkins centering the third line, and have 3 good lines going to keep Colorado at bay. So Draisaitl and McDavid both have 7 goals and 19 assists. 26 points would lead many playoffs in points at the end of it, not to mention halfway through. And so they are going to do their best to keep scoring at a pretty high rate, and Colorado's going to do everything they can to shut them down. On the blue line, I think Darnell Nurse has been underwhelming offensively in the postseason thus far. 2 goals and an assist. He's due for at least a couple of assists somewhere around here. A lot of that slack getting picked up by Evan Bouchard, who's had quite the playoffs. Honestly, remarkable for him. In net, of course, it's Mike Smith, 8-3, 927 save percentage. It doesn't matter how well Mike Smith plays. It doesn't matter how many games he wins. It doesn't matter if he puts up shutouts. Immediately, people look at him and go, well, he's 40, so who cares? All right, that's sure. All right, because I can't find another concrete reason to say that Smith's not playing well other than he's old. So, all right, but he's beaten 2 teams already, so, but he's old. On the Colorado side, Nathan MacKinnon, who's not 40, 8 goals, 5 assists, 13 points for him. He had a up and down playoffs against St. Louis. It seemed like Ryan O'Reilly did a pretty good job against him. So we'll see whether or not Edmonton can do a similar job against Nathan MacKinnon. Kadri, 5 goals, 5 assists. How long does it take before Kadri's getting booed by Oiler fans in Game 3? I'm thinking the opening shift. So we'll see what happens with Kadri in this series, and we'll see whether or not it's about him scoring points or not about him scoring points. Cale Makar, 3 goals, 10 assists, 13 points. Did not score at the same rate in round 2 as he did in round 1. Can he get back to that scoring rate against the Edmonton Oilers? And of course, Darcy Kemper, 6-2 record, 904 save percentage. I think we're still waiting on Kemper to put together a truly great series. He's had 2 good series. Can he have a great series against the Oilers? We'll see starting tonight. Let me know your winner in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. If you're browsing your way through, you just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I will talk to you again soon.